Hello, right, this is another run workout. We're going to start with a warm up, then you'll go out on a run. I'll just be coaching you here from my living room, and then we'll finish with a stretch. And the main thing is just making sure wherever you are, you're safe. You're not doing it in dark streets, not crossing the roads dangerously, anything like that. So be careful. And you can also do this on a treadmill. So let's warm up. I'm going to start with heel toe rocks. So basically, you're going to lift your heels and then lift your toes. Lift your heels and then lift your toes. This is to warm up our calves and our shins. Calves and shins and the muscles around the ankles. So when we're running, every time we land, we need to make sure the lower body is completely warm up and ready for impact. Bum, 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 bum. Lift the toes, lift the heels. Gosh. That's perfect. Going to a dynamic calf and hamstring stretch. You take your right leg back and then just kick the leg up. Push the heel towards the floor and then kick up. So the key thing with this is your body is not warm yet. So don't be going crazy with how hard you're kicking. Just start to feel a little bit of a pull on the calf, a little bit of pull on the hamstring. So that's the whole calf is here, hamstring is here. So calf is from the back of the knee down to the ankle, and the hamstring is from the top of the knee up to the bum. Just switch your legs. So left leg, press and kick. Oops. And you can even start to get in your runner's arms here. So if you got your right leg forward, your left arm forward, and then switch your arms as you go. So it's just getting a little bit of warming up your upper body as well, and your torso, kind of mimicking the shape you'll be doing as you run. Perfect. Go into a lateral lunge, so take your feet out wide. You're going to bend one knee, push your hips away, and then twist away from the leg. Just switching the legs. So shift your weight across, push your hips back, feel a little stretch in the inner thighs and the inside hips, and warming up the back. Again, the back wants to kind of naturally, or the torso wants to naturally rotate as you run. So we want to make sure it is mobile and able to do that so it can help propel you forwards. Perfect. Coming to a side leg cross into a knee lift. So take your right leg out to the side, squeeze the bum, and then cross it over the body. Squeeze your butt, cross over. So the leg going out to the side or slightly backwards, and then across your body, warming up the hip flexors. So warm up the side of the bum, warm up the front of the hip. Side of the bum, front of the hip. You can hold on here if you need to for balance. The main thing is it's squeezing motion rather than momentum here. Just switch your legs. So squeeze your side butt, cross over. The bum, particularly the outside of the bum, is one of the muscles we need to be engaged and activated to make sure our knees aren't collapsing inwards for the run. So keeping the knees and the hips safe. Bam, and bam, making it squeezy. Squeezy peasy. That's perfect. Coming to a quad stretch RDL alternating. That means you just grab one foot, tip forwards. You feel a stretch on your front of the thigh and the back of the supporting leg, and then just switch your legs. So just tipping forward, grab the foot, tip as far as You're looking on the first round for that gentle pull, not a massive major stretch. You're not going to hold any stretch at any point. As soon as you feel it pull, come out of it. So just really making the muscles a little bit more pliable. That's the word I'm going to use. Right, go back to the top, heel toe rocks. So lifting the heels, lifting the toes. Lifting the heels and lifting the toes. You can maybe even speed it up a little bit more. Maybe slow it down a little bit more. Do what feels good for your body. But feel the front of your shins. And then the back to the lower legs. The shins we tend to forget about, and this is important as well if you get shin splints. Right, dynamic calf into hamstring stretch, so your right leg back and then kick up. And see if you can feel a difference in round 2 compared to round 1. Hopefully, especially after like the RDL stretch, you can feel a little bit more movement. You might be able to kick your leg a little bit higher. You might be able to step your foot a little bit further back and get your heel closer to the floor. That is the goal. So hoping that you get a little bit warmer, you can move a bit deeper into each movement. Switch your legs. So left leg, push the heel back, kick, back and kick. Never worry about what it's looking like or how high you think you should kick. Just purely go based on the feel. So someone else might be doing it next to you, they might be kicking lower or higher. Both is good, as long as you feel that pull on your leg. And your heart rate should be just climbing a bit as well. That's perfect. Last one with the twist. So if you want more, go wider. You can either stick with your hand on the knee, or again, if you want a little bit more, if you're feeling more mobile, pick one hand down to the floor and twist away. So there's ways to increase your range. Again, go for the feel. If that's suddenly feeling like way too much too soon, stay a little bit higher or keep your feet a bit closer together. Perfect. So we're going to add a triple pulse to the legs to the side now. So we're going to pulse up 3, 2, 1, and then go across. So right leg to the side, 3 and 2 and 1, and then across your body. To the side, slow squeezes. You want to really feel the squeeze of the side of your bum. Maybe even feels borderline crampy. Probably not, just hopefully a little bit squeezy, a little bit of heat. And then we just switch to the other leg. So left leg up to the side, 3 and 2 and 1, and cross. And you might even feel the side bum of your supporting leg here as well. Don't worry, that's not a bad thing. The supporting leg is resisting from being pulled down. So it is working as well. Keeping it slow, keeping it squeezy. Yeah, perfect. Right, quadriceps down. Instead of alternating legs, we're going to just do the one. So take the back of the right trainer, tip forward, and then stand up. If you lose balance, just release the foot and tap down again. If you can, you aim to hold the whole time. Goal is to do it without holding on, because then again, you are warming up the stabilizing muscles around the ankles and in the feet. So tipping forward, maybe you can dip further than the last one. Maybe apply a bit of pressure of your foot into your hand. Switch your legs. So grabbing the left foot, tipping forwards. Oops, lose my balance. Losing balance isn't wrong, it happens. Don't worry if you do, just be patient with yourself. Maybe you're nailing it today. Perfect. Right, single leg skips into a butt kick. So you're basically going to hop, hop, hop on the ball of the foot, kick your hip, kick your butt. So it's hop, 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 kick, hop, 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 kick, hop, 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 kick. Try and get some runner's arms as well, where you just go forward and forward on the opposite arm that kicks. Now do the same thing, but lift your knee. Lift, 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 hop, 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 lift, lift. And starting to try and think about landing towards the mid or maybe even towards the front of the foot. So you're warming up the calves and practicing where you're going to be striking the floor when you run. Squat into heel lift, squat down, lift your heels up. Squat and lift your heels. Hopefully that gave you a little spike in the heart rate as well. So your heart rate should be gradually climbing up. It's going to get a bit higher before we finish the warm up to basically full working level. Do the hops again, just do hop, hop, skip this time. So hop, hop, lift, hop, hop, lift, hop, hop, lift. So just increasing the frequency of when we lift. And also see if you can try and actually start to kick your own butt. See if you can get your heel to connect with your butt. Do the same with the high knee. Hop, hop, lift, hop, hop, lift. And this time trying to get your knee to put up a little bit higher, maybe so it comes parallel to the floor. Hop and lift. Heart rate climbing, yes. Nice, perfect. Squat into heel lift. Squat down, lift heels. Squat, lift heels, just warming up the whole of the lower body. As you lift your heels, check that your heels aren't rolling outwards. Try and lift them straight upwards. Bam. Bam. Right, we're getting rid of the hops. Just go to butt kicks. Kick heels towards your butt. You can always take away the jumping. However, If you're needing low impact, you probably shouldn't be going on a run right now. High knees, lift your knees. First time, just get used to it, just lifting, don't worry too much about the height. Again, jumping, bracing the belly, really strong. Butt kicks again. Try and go a little bit higher. You'll have a very slight tip forward, but try not to tip forward too much. Got like 3 seconds. Back to the high knees. Keep your chest lifted proud, try not to lean back. And then really try and lift a little bit higher, 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 higher. You're gonna do it one more time of each. The goal is that you breathless to the end. So butt kicks again, do 10 seconds as high and as fast as you can. So it's both height and speed. Go, 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 go. You've got 3 seconds. In 2 and 1. Nice. Switch the high knees. Same thing again, high and fast as you can. Get the heart rate up so you feel a little bit gassed at the end. 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Nice, perfect. Now leave your house or start to go and walk. You're walking for 30 seconds. If you need to have a quick pause so you get somewhere safe, then do. Try and get there in the fast walk speed. So you want to be feeling at a 4 out of 10 on the intensity. What that means is it's not a comfortable walk, it's not a holiday pace walk. It's a power walk. We're going to do the next few intervals just to continue warming up. Everything is going to be 30 seconds, so it's never for too long. Just open that into a gentle jog. Gentle jog. It's a 5 out of 10. And it's not going out at the gate really hard, so just a really gentle jog. And just start to think about relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your hands, and relaxing the muscles in your face. So the more relaxed we can kind of be in the upper body, the easier this is going to kind of be to run. We're going to avoid tensing up. I'm just going to increase a little bit more from there, go to a 6 out of 10. So it's somewhere between your jog and your run speed. So just pick up the speed a little bit. That can be something that is noticeable, and you should feel your heart rate now climbing a bit like it did at the end of the warm-up. So you're really starting to get into the workout. We will be putting it back to a 5 out of 10 in about 12 seconds time. So again, don't go sprinting. It shouldn't be a sprint. You should be able to have a bit of short conversation, say the odd sentence or two without killing yourself. Right, pull it back to a 5 out of 10. So you feel how kind of short that feels. 30 seconds, it's nothing too much. So we will be just gradually kind of going up and down with the intensity until we really feel the point where we're like, I'm more than warm, we're getting tired. All right, so back to the 5 out of 10, really comfortable. Check that your knees aren't grazing one another. And if they are, just think about just pushing your knees out a little bit more. So engaging the side button. Let's see that little bit of acceleration to a 6 out of 10 again. A 6 out of 10. So accelerate a little bit more. Stride length might open up a little bit, or your legs, your cadence of the legs, so how often they hit the ground might speed up. Looking to try and not extend your leg totally forward in front of you with the straight leg. So keep yourself soft and relaxed in the lower body as well. You've got always a slight softness through the knee to absorb the impact in your muscles over your joints. We are going to be accelerating again to a 7 out of 10. So let's see it, a little increase to a 7 out of 10. Your 7 out of 10, you can't not, it's something you can't talk. It's just you don't really want to talk. You could say 1 or 2 words to me in reply. But it's starting to get to the point that if I was to be like, oh, how was your day? You wouldn't actually go into it. You would just tell me a good, like, yeah, good, yours. And that's about it. That's all you can manage. So let's find that intensity. And then you're coming back to the 6 out of 10 in about 5 seconds time. So just playing with the heart rate a little bit. Let's pull it back 6 out of 10. And what you're going to find when you pull it back a little bit is that your heart rate will continue to climb just for a moment longer. That is okay. It's okay. That's what's going to happen. And now you're about halfway and you try and regain control of your breathing. So you're looking to kind of breathe in through the nose and through the mouth, and breathe out through your mouth only. We've just got one more push. You've got 1 more minute effort until you come to a walk. So increasing back to that 7 out of 10. Your 7 out of 10 is your fast run speed. So you're running fast. You're running where it's feeling quite uncomfortable, but you are managing to hold it. There's still more in the tank. You can run faster. You're definitely not your maximum, but you are starting to push a little bit uncomfortably. And in 10 seconds time, you're going to do your first push. You're going to do 30-second push. It's an 8 out of 10. It's definitely not a sprint. It's holding for 30 seconds, but it is a push. You ready? Let's go. Let's see the increase. Increase your leg speed. Start to feel your heels lift up a little bit more towards your butt. Nice, but keep your upper body relaxed. So keep your elbows and your hands by your sides, your shoulders relaxed down, and let your arms just ease forward and back to help propel you forwards. In 10 seconds time, you get to come to a walk. So really push the pace where you feel like you want to walk after this. You've got another 5 seconds to go. And walk it out. Well done. Walk it out. And again, your walk is not a casual walk. It is a fast-paced power walk. So it's a 4 out of 10, not a 1, 2, 3 out of 10, which is so easy breezy, like you might do walking along the beach. Right. Catch your breath. Your next effort is 3 minutes long. It's 3 minutes at a 7 out of 10. That is your fast run speed. Are you ready? Let's go. 7 out of 10. It's 3 minutes. So this is going to be quite hard to gauge. If you're quite new to running, you might be quite hard to find a 7 out of 10. You may not be able to hold the 3 minutes. That's fine. If you need to stop and walk in between, then you absolutely do that. If you're more familiar with your running, you're looking for a decent push on your pace, like you're running faster than you would want to run, say, a 5K or half-hour run. It's only 3 minutes. It's fast. You're really starting to travel some distance. At the end of this 3 minutes, you will get to walk for 90 seconds. So that's, again, the kind of intensity you're looking for. You're looking to work hard enough that it means you have earned a long break. So yeah, breathing, finding that rhythm in your breath, in through your nose and mouth, out through your mouth. And just be aware of your pace. You're 1 minute down. You've got 2 minutes to go. Check it again that your arms are relaxed. You're not bunching your shoulders up by your ears. So check that you're still really relaxed through your upper body. Just because we go fast, it doesn't mean you tense up. Relax your fingers, relax your face, relax your shoulders down. Nice. You should be quite puffed right now. You are just coming up to about halfway. You should be feeling puffed out, and there should be a little bit of doubt in your mind about whether or not you can hold this pace for 90 seconds. Maybe you've slowed down a little bit, and I encourage you to try and refine that pace, refine that intensity. 7 out of 10 is not comfortable. So if you're feeling comfortable, you feel like you can hold it a lot longer, do push your pace a little bit more. Nice. Oh, you're doing amazing. If you still push the pace, you're doing amazing. You are about 2 minutes in. Just coming up to, you have now got exactly 1 minute to go. So 1 minute and you get a 90-second walk. Check what's happened to your knees again. Have they started to collapse in? So thinking about the lower body, knees are pushing slightly outwards. So it's like you're running on train tracks and trying to land your weight towards the middle of your foot so as to not be overextending your leg and essentially slamming the brakes on and putting the impact into your joints. So you want to land and think, push the floor behind you away so you can travel further. You've got another 30 seconds to go, just under. If you're needing to have a stop and a breather, then do. You've still got time to have a breather and get back in. Hopefully you're still in and you can start to push your pace just a little bit more. You've got 15 seconds to go. Maybe accelerate out the end of this. Final 10 seconds. Keep the pace. Keep the pace. Don't ease off. Do not stop when you hear the first beep. We've got 3 beeps. Keep coming. Keep coming. And walk it out. 4 out of 10. If you need a little moment to just have a total stop, then take it. Hopefully you can at least walk at a casual pace. If you can, it's straight to a power walk. I encourage you not going into a jog, because if you're going to a jog right now, then when you go and go again, you're not going to be able to push the same kind of intensity. And unfortunately, or fortunately, you are going to do that again. So you've got a second opportunity. Now, one thing you might want to try and do in the second one is when you go, turn around and maybe go back in the same direction you just came from and see if you can match or beat the distance you just did. So by the end of the walk, so you'll have another 3-minute run. So do that, and then you've got a 90-second walk, and you can see if you can kind of finish where you started the last effort. Just an idea. Just thought you can just keep going on your same route if you like. So in 20 seconds, you're going to do it again. Again, it is not a sprint. It's also not a marathon. So you're finding that somewhere in between, that push pace. So in about 10 seconds time, you're going to go back to a 7 out of 10, back to 3 minutes. This is your second effort of 2. But 2 of 2, so it's a chance to do better. Are you ready? Off we go. 7 out of 10. Accelerate your legs. Coming back into your fast-paced run. Fast-paced run, definitely not sprint. And you want to avoid sprint stopping and instead running consistently fast. This, again, is much harder to manage if you are a beginner, because you might find your 7 out of 10 quite quickly becomes, so it feels a 10 out of 10 because you're not quite used to the endurance. Please forgive yourself for that. That's just going to come with practice. But if you're used to that 7 out of 10, you got to hold on to it. Hold on to the discomfort. When you're doing endurance training like this, the word of what you're having to do is in the word. It's enduring. You've got to endure something. So you've got to endure this 3 minutes of discomfort. Your breathing should be heavy right now. Thinking again about where you're landing your feet, what's happening in your lower body. Always focus on your technique. 1 minute down, 2 minutes go. How hard do you need to work to get the same feel, to cover the same distance as the last time? Maybe you can even pick up the pace a little bit more. Maybe you finished the first one and thought, 90-second walk, I did not need that. If you had that feeling, then instead this time you were going to go harder, a little bit harder, a little bit faster, and the recovery. I would rather you maybe can't even quite complete the 90 seconds this time. Sorry, that is 90 seconds to go, the 3 minutes this time, rather than you get through it comfortably. So I do want you to feel like you're really desperate for this to stop at the end. So you're over the halfway mark. You do not have to do this length of push again. So this is the last time you can really cover some ground, cover some distance. You're into the final minute, and I can guarantee right now that's when you're starting to think, oh my God, I want to stop, I want to slow down. And I want you to picture maybe something that you would want to run towards, someone that maybe you want to run faster than. Maybe try and find something that makes you feel a little bit competitive and try and get that to help you dig in for the final 45 seconds. Even if it means at the end you need to take a little pause, you can't come straight into that fast-paced walk. You are in the final 30 seconds. Can you accelerate? Again, if you did turn around and change direction, how are you doing? You've got a 90-second walk after this to try and get to your distance. Final 20 seconds, maybe you can accelerate a little bit more. Again, what started at a 7 out of 10 might now feel like a 7.5 out of 10. You've got another 10 seconds to go. You don't need to max sprint the finish. Just really go for a little bit of an extra push. One final push. Got 5 more seconds. Do not stop until the final beep. Keep accelerating, and walk it out. 4 out of 10. Well done. Breathe. Catch your breath. You've got 90 seconds to power walk. So again, I wasn't expecting you to then finish where you finished the last one. If you have turned the direction, you've got 90 seconds to pace the walk. This is also going to encourage you to take your recovery at a slightly higher intensity. Again, I don't want it to be so high that you're jogging, because then you're going to impact the next effort. But again, it's finding that sweet spot where it's not so slow that you're really, really comfortable. You want to be at a point where you're starting to feel there's a little bit of intensity there. Use your breathing now to regulate your heart rate. You're breathing in and then elongate your out breath. The longer you make your out breath, the longer you make your in breath, and then you just using your breathing helps assist your heart rate coming down. That was great. Got another 30 seconds here. And then we're going to do a similar structure to what we did in the warm-up. So we're going to be going for 60 seconds. We're going to do 2 efforts, then we're going to do a little push. It's going to come back down to an active recovery jog. Then the next time it's going to drop down to 45 seconds and a shorter push. It will come down to a slower jog until finally we go again. It ends up more of a sprint, and it will get to come down all the way to a walk because you'll need that. So in about 3 seconds time, you're just coming back into your jog. It's a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 jog, please. How did you do, by the way, in terms of distance? I would love to know. Do let me know if you did track that. 6 out of 10 at the moment is your jog. It's not your run. It's not your really gentle jog either. So your fast-paced power walk is a 4 out of 10. Your very gentle jog is a 5 out of 10. Between your jog and your run speed is where you are at the moment. It's a 6 out of 10. So you're not doing a really fast run, but you're also not quite in the jog. You're somewhere between jog and run. In 20 seconds time, you're going to do another minute, but it's going to be at 7 out of 10. So you know what a 7 out of 10 feels like. This time it is only for 1 minute, not the 3. I'm going to be able to see a noticeable increase if I were to see you outside and running on the roads. So 5 seconds, you're going to increase that 7 out of 10. It is only for 1 minute, not for 3. Let's go. Let's see an acceleration. Start to increase the cadence of your running. Pushing the ground back away from you. So it's more about the pushing and propelling yourself forwards rather than reaching forward to drag back. So you land and push backwards, really firing up the back of your body. You've got just over 30 seconds to go. Keep looking forwards. Try not to look down at the floor or down at the treadmill. You're looking forwards about where you're going to go, keeping good posture, keeping the chest open so you can breathe. In 20 seconds time, you are going to increase this to an 8 out of 10. Now, 8 out of 10 is again where it's really uncomfortable. You wouldn't want to have any form of conversation at all. You might be able to get out a few words. You don't want to, but you might be able to. So at 8 out of 10, it's only one increase on the scale of 1 to 10, but it's a significant increase in your pace. So let's go. 45-second push. 45-second push. And so accelerating a little bit more and immediately making sure to relax the shoulders down. They're going to try and tense up. Have your hands come into blades. Keep them soft and relaxed. 15 seconds down, 30 seconds to go. Once you finish this, you're going to come back to that 6 out of 10 jog to run pace. So not coming down to a walk, unfortunately. You've got 20 seconds to go. So make sure you are running at a pace. That means you don't have to stop at the end of this. It is definitely fast. It's a very fast run, but it's not your sprint. You've got another 7 seconds to go. Coming back to your 6 out of 10 after in 3, 2, and 1. 6 out of 10 jog. Jog to run, jog to run. The first 15 seconds of this pullback is going to feel fairly hideous. So just go into expecting that. It's going to feel quite nasty, quite punchy. Your breathing is still super high. But you've still got another 30 seconds to try now and just regulate your breathing, getting it a little bit closer to normal. It's not going to come all the way down to normal, but a little bit closer to normal. In 15 seconds time, your efforts are going to shorten to 45 seconds. 45 seconds. So you're at your 6 out of 10. We're going to see an increase to your 7 out of 10. 3, 2, 1. Let's see that 7 out of 10 again. So that's fast-paced run that we know we can hold for 3 minutes, and we're holding for 1 minute. So it's 45 seconds. After this 45 seconds, you are going to go again into your 8 out of 10. The 8 out of 10 is really uncomfortable, but it wasn't your sprint. So there was room for a little bit more. And we're going to find that little bit more this time. And afterwards do 30 seconds at 9 out of 10. After that, you get to come down right the way down to a very, very, very gentle jog. So in 10 seconds time, you're going to increase to your 8 out of 10. And this is where it's going to get really spicy. You know how the 8 out of 10 feels. You know you feel like you want to have a break after. 8 out of 10. Let's go. Let's see an acceleration. This is an urgent run. This is a run that's trying to make it seem like when someone watches you, they think, wow, you're running impressively fast. It should be a pace that when people look at you, they think you couldn't hold that for long, and you can't. So you're getting quite puffed out at the moment. And I know you're feeling fatigued, but I also want you to start to pump yourself up and motivate yourself to do a push. Your first push out of 9 out of 10 of the whole entire session. 9 out of 10, again, it's not a sprint. You're doing 30 seconds, but it feels very close to it. So it's coming up in under 10 seconds time. Don't slow down now. Keep holding your pace and then just accelerate in 3, in 2, in 1. Accelerate out a little bit more. 9 out of 10. This is your really, really, really fast run. super fast run. It is an intensity that you do not want to hold much longer than 30 seconds. You should not be able to hold much longer than 30 seconds. You are halfway. You've got 15 seconds, and after this, you get to pull it all the way back to a 5 out of 10 jog. So it's not a walk. It's a really, really, really gentle jog. Keep holding on for another 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and jog. Really try and come back to your jog 5 out of 10. There is a decent chance right now, again, particularly depending on the level of fitness you're at, you may have to come to a walk for a little bit. That is fine. I'm never upset if you need to take a walk. Sometimes it means you've pushed a very high pace and you've found a new limit. So that is completely fine. But if you can, it's a jog. If you couldn't, try and find the jog now. Hopefully breathing's getting back to normal. You've got one more effort like that. So you can do 30 seconds now at 8 out of 10, 30 seconds, 9 out of 10, and then just a 15-second 10 out of 10 sprint. So let's see, you've got to go from a gentle jog to a very fast acceleration into an 8 out of 10. You're here for 30 seconds. You have held this previously twice for 45 seconds, so you can do 30 seconds. Be strict on yourself now. Have you increased to an 8 out of 10, or are you more like a 7 out of 10? Let's see the 8 out of 10. Really fast run. Zero conversation is wanted. In 6 out of 10. In 6 seconds, you're going to a 9 out of 10 for 30 seconds. So let's go, 9 out of 10. So this is your really, really, really fast run. Again, it's not your sprint, which means you have got room for further acceleration. And we're going to find that. Again, this is where it's really, really spicy. After you find your 10 out of 10 after this, you will get to have a 90-second walk. So think about that. Think about that to help you go harder than you want to go at the moment. 10 out of 10, you shouldn't want to do more than that. You're going in 3, 2, and 1. 10 out of 10. It is only 15 seconds time. There is no time to take a slow acceleration. You're already a third of the way. Really sprint it. Really sprint. Really sprint. Like you're racing someone. You really would be pissed off if they beat you. You've got 3 seconds to get to a 90-second walk. Oh, well done. Walk it out. 90 seconds walk. It is a 4 out of 10 as soon as you can, please. A 10 out of 10 maximum effort means you may well have had to have stopped, just rested your hands on your thighs, taking a few deep breaths just to catch yourself. Then as soon as you can, come into a walk, as soon as you can into a fast walk. How did 10 out of 10 feel? Your 10 out of 10 should have felt like you absolutely maxed out. However, before it, you did have loads of running. So it wouldn't be your best speed you've ever done. You've got one more chance now. So in about 30 seconds time, you are going to have one more opportunity to find 10 out of 10. You're not doing anything before it. So there's no 8 or 9 before, there's no 7. You're just going from this walk, from that straight into a super fast acceleration, like you're running for your life, 10 out of 10 for 15 seconds. This is where you're going to get your best speed. Your absolute best speed. After that, all we do is walk and you're done. So there is now nothing left to hold back for. I want you to completely empty the tank. Completely empty the tank. If you want to break into a gentle jog now, then do. So it's a less fast acceleration. And go! 10 out of 10 maximum sprint, 15 seconds only. You are completely done apart from a walk after this. 10 seconds to go. Keep building. Keep building. It is your best speed you've ever done yet so far in the session. Come on, you've got 4 more seconds. Keep building. 3 and 2 and 1. Aish. Relax. Breathe. Same again. I'm fairly confident you might need to take a little moment just to stop, bend over. You might have heard sometimes some people say about bringing the hands onto the back of your head, opening your chest, but actually you'll find what you naturally want to do is bend over. So the reason for this, when you put your hands on the back of your head, it actually is pulling your rib cage up in towards your lungs and kind of restricts your breathing. Whereas when you bend over ever so slightly, gravity helps to pull your rib cage away from your lungs so you can really take the deep, full breaths that you're wanting right now. Should be still maybe gasping for breath just a little bit. So if you can, it's back to that 4 out of 10, just for another 30 seconds, and then you can stretch. So if you do want to chill it out a little bit more to a 3 out of 10, you can absolutely do that. You did absolutely amazing if you got through to this point. If you any trackers that found out what your peak speed, you can compare yourself kind of week on week. Only 15 more seconds of walking, and then you want to find a space to stretch. Do not neglect the stretch, please. So if you're not in a place that's safe to stop, pause it and get somewhere safe, and then just make sure you do the stretch. The stretch is going to help you keeping able to run. So just hold where you are and just do some gentle twists side to side. So you're just going to twist your body side to side. If you keep your heels down on the floor, keep your hips pinned forward to keep your knees safe. If you'd rather lift the back heel, and you can twist your entire body, twist and rotate. So still just working on your breathing, getting your breathing back to normal, just getting a little bit of kind of relaxing to the spine again. That's perfect. 5 minutes only to stretch. I'm going to stretch the hamstrings. Take your right leg forward, push your hips back, and just land your hand on your left leg, the left side of the bent leg. You're pulling your butt away from your knees. Still getting the breathing coming closer to normal. And then you're just going to do a calf stretch on the right leg. So your right leg, step it back and then push your heel towards the floor. And just go as far as you like. So really far back might give you a deeper stretch. Might be too much. You might want to have the leg closer in and bend the knee. Just go until you feel the stretch down the back of the leg. Perfect. And then the same leg, we're going to stretch the quads, heel to bum. So pick up your right foot, pull the heel towards the butt, bring the knees together if you can. Now at the same time here, lift your chest and push your hip forward so you can get a little bit into the hip flexor as well. Never miss the warm-up. You will run better. Never risk the stretch. Again, you will run better on the next one because you've re-lengthened and relaxed the muscles again. Nice. And we do it all in the leg. Feel free to have a little shake and feel the difference between left and right. But hamstring stretch, left leg forward. Push your hips back. Rest on the bent leg. Go as far as you can. You want to feel a little bit of discomfort. And then as you hold, you should feel the muscles start to relax. If you never find that point where it relaxes and eases off, you probably pulled a little bit too far. So from here, just keep the hand on the right leg, just step your left leg way back, push your heel towards the floor, stretch your calves. Hopefully your breathing's getting much closer to normal now. Have you been fairly epic about what you just achieved? Hopefully you enjoyed the workout. Nice, perfect. Quad stretch on the left. So pick up your left foot, pull the heel towards the butt. Again, lift your chest up. Squeeze your butt, push your hips forwards. And hold. You're really focusing on making sure we do the stretch to avoid getting injuries. If you're someone that likes and enjoys running, or like me, hate it, but I do love to do it. You don't want to get injured. No, we never want to get injured. Stretch your bum, so cross your right leg over the left thigh and push your hips back. You may well want to do that if you want to lie on your back and do it from there. If you're wobbling around and focusing on your balance, then do come down to the floor, still cross your ankle over and just reach for the left foot and pull it towards you. Nice. Switching legs. So left leg, cross it over, relax the knee down, push your hips back until you feel a catch in the bum of the left leg, so the bent leg. Lost my balance. Hope I didn't ruin you. If you're watching, I don't even know. And so we're going to finish with a hip flexor stretch. Step your right leg back, bend the knees slightly like you're coming to a lunge, and then just squeeze your butt and tuck your pelvis under. So tucking your pelvis under is going to get you a stretch in the front of the hip flexor. If your legs are a little bit tired now, feel free to come all the way down to the floor. Do the same thing. It's about the pelvic tuck, maybe pressing in further. So we're hoping the bum did most of the work in that, but as the bum gets tired, it does tend to get taken over by the hips. We're just going to make sure we re-stretch it out. Switching legs, spinal stretch, step back, bend the knees slightly, squeeze your butt, tuck your hips under, pushing the hips forwards. I want to feel it in your left hip again if you need to come down to the floor. Tuck, shift forward maybe. If you've got any kind of stats you can share, I would love if you share. If you've got any feedback, advice, anything like that, advice about what you want more of, what you want less of, do let me know. But yes, really well done, especially if you stay till this point, to the end of the stretch. Yeah, always give me feedback. I love hearing that you're doing the workouts, how you're finding the workouts, if you want more, less of something, etc. If you want, there's loads of things for mobility as well. Again, mobility and strength to help with your running too. But well done, and see you